It is almost common knowledge that your trip to South Africa would be incomplete if you haven't visited Soweto. So the crew and I made this trip. There are multiple monumental landmarks and history-making sites in Soweto, and I'll take you through them. First stop, the repurposed Orlando Towers, a tourist magnet. Hello, my name is Luna Stanley Binganjira, and this is Kanema Travel. Kanema Travel, this beautiful day has taken us. We're still in South Africa, and we are in Soweto. Right behind me are the famous Orlando Towers. Now, the Orlando Towers are famous because everybody looks at them, is amazed, just sees them because they're humongous, they're huge, very hard to miss. And they're one of the tourist attraction centers here in South Africa. Now, let me just give you a brief background, some facts about these two towers that we have. One of these towers, the one that's this side, to your right, that one is used for murals. We've seen as we walk through South Africa, they love their murals. It's like a way of expressing themselves, a way of expressing their culture. They are dynamic, the dynamic culture. They have what they call oneness, togetherness, like different people from different tribes and backgrounds coming out together. That's why it's called the Rainbow Country. They express themselves through these things: music, dance, food. Murals is one of those. So this tower to your right is the one that holds the largest mural in South Africa. The largest mural in South Africa, that tower. The other tower is used for advertising. And you know, as we say, they're huge, they're humongous. So if you advertise on this tower, guaranteed you're gonna be seen. It's hard not to see these towers. Now, a brief background about these towers. The construction started in 1935. They were to be used as a coal power plant to power South Africa. Just outside the tower fence, I was walking. I picked up a huge chunk of coal. So it was a coal power plant to power South Africa. And then unforeseen circumstances or things that happened due to World War II. These towers took 20 years to construct. They took 20 years. It was not supposed to be 20 years to construct this, but they took 20 years because World War II was happening at the same time. So those were the delays. But then, right now, they're being used as a tourist attraction center. There are so many things that happen here, fun things. People pay to go inside to see the towers. They go sightseeing. To stand on top of the tower, you can see a lot of things that are happening around here. Also, bungee jumping. Tourists come here to bungee jump. There's paintball fights there. Yeah, you saw they're having fun here. There's so many activities happening, and they're used for advertisement. And this is the largest mural in South Africa. So these are things that need to be noted. So Kanema Travel will take you to all these places so that we should appreciate what we see on television, or we're told we see in magazines. Right now, you're seeing it right now. We've taken you there to the Orlando Towers. And you know, there's another fun fact. Being a tourist attraction center, these towers, the one that doesn't hold the largest mural, is changed. So it's like a competition. Companies come, they advertise their products here. So whenever business people feel like they want to be seen, every business is supposed to be seen, they come to this tower. And tourists also come to this tower. So it's a center of attraction. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the Orlando Towers. shooting wildflowers, be it bungee jumping, paintball, paint gun, or just marveling at the beauty of this place. Whatever you're here to do, trust me, it is going to be beautiful because this place is breathtaking and it is huge. Standing right beneath the Twin Towers, the Orlando Towers, will make you feel like I don't know, insignificant, man, because this is so huge. And to see that this was constructed so that it should power South Africa with coal, you can see the passion, you can see the dedication they put into this place. And now they are reusing the place. They're giving it another life. Like, okay, so now we are using hydroelectric and other means of powering the city, but we cannot just demolish this. We need to reuse it and use it for a good purpose, and a good purpose this is. All right, so just to remind you, if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Luna Stanley Piganjirwa. This is Kanema Online, and we are here in Soweto. We're checking out the Orlando Towers. So this is the largest mural in South Africa, right there, right here, and the other one is used for advertising. Originally, it was the purpose was to power South Africa with coal. It was a coal power plant, and then constructed in 1935. That's when the construction started, and from there they went on. It took 20 years to finish the construction due to unforeseen delays due to the Second World War. That's what history tells us about that. But now they're used as a tourist attraction center. So many things happen here, fun things. Okay, so 6 minutes from where I'm standing is the Vilakazi Street. Along the way, we're going to pass that street, but along the way, I'm going to tell you more about this street. It holds a world record. It's just 6 minutes away. We're going to drive past by that street. I'm going to tell you more about that street on our way. For now, the Orlando Towers, ladies and gentlemen, and this is breathtaking. Kanema Travel will take you through all that. Let's go check out Vilakazi Street. From the relaxing, bungee jumping and fine dining site of the enormous Orlando Towers, we make our way to our second destination. Okay, so we're leaving the Orlando Towers. Notice something, everybody passing by there, like sightseeing or tourists, touring the Soweto side of Johannesburg or South Africa, they stop by the towers and take pictures because that's how amazing it is. It is so beautiful. They're so big. The purpose, the history, you can actually feel it. You can go back in time to 1935 when that dream was being materialized, and that will tell you how how rich history is and how good it is to keep things so that we go back to them and just jog our memories. And most of us were not there at the time, but we can tell that story because we can see the Twin Towers. Okay, so we're driving towards the Vilakazi Street. It's 6 minutes from where we are, from the towers. Now, I was telling you, I'm going to tell you more about the Vilakazi Street. It holds a world record. This world record, it is a world record for a purpose. This is the only street in the world that housed 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. The only street in the world. I want to emphasize on that. Not the only street in South Africa. In the whole wide world, this is the only street that housed 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. So, the first one was Nelson Mandela, of course, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. These 2 used to stay on the same street, and they are Nobel Peace Prize winners. So that's the only street. Now, that is how significant this street is. We're going to see where Mandela was staying, and maybe we'll pass by Archbishop Desmond Tutu's place. That Vilakazi Street was so blessed that it housed 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners in the world, the only street. Now, I just want to show you how it looks. We're going to stop and just take some pictures and maybe so that we should appreciate that street also. So we're heading towards the Vilakazi Street. We are in the Vilakazi Street, and we can see a lot of people coming to appreciate this street. I'm telling you, it's the first street in the world to house 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. So this is, as you can tell, a tourist attraction center. It deserves to be. I mean, it is history in the making. So we see a lot of tourists and locals making business here, washing cars, tour guides,
parking assistants, everybody trying to make a little something. We see businesses in the street. So we can say that the significance of Archbishop Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela has brought in revenue in this street, Vilakazi Street. We see eating places, drinking places, antique shops. Business is booming because tourists are coming and there's a little bit of some money coming in. So it is giving back to the country of South Africa in terms of forex. And all these tourists don't just come here; they come with foreign exchange, and they come here to appreciate, also take souvenirs, take pictures, eat, drink, celebrate, and that money is contributing towards the welfare of people here in South Africa, towards the wealth of South Africa. Now, Vilakazi Street, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are right now. You can tell because this is supposed to be a residential area, but due to the significance of the street, it is more like a complex area. It's a place where people are doing businesses, and it's a business street. And you can tell that this is a tourist attraction hotspot. Look at the local dances that they have here. These are South African dancers entertaining tourists, all dressed up in we should say the typical Zulu dressing that you see. It is full of life, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell. All these buses are bringing in tourists, and believe it or not, it is supposed to be a residential area, but now it's a business area, capitalizing on the people that are coming into South Africa. Because you cannot come to South Africa without visiting some places like the Vilakazi Street. It is worth seeing because of the rich history it has and the significance it has on the map of South Africa. Not only that, this place here holds history like no other. And the stories that are accompanied by this place are stories that are worth telling over and over again. And we found them, we're gonna leave them, but let us not kill them. Our children should also appreciate this place. Let's keep it alive. So Kanema Travel is for you to appreciate some of these places. The next time you're traveling, you should know where to go and what to learn from these experiences that you're watching on Kanema Online.
Unfortunately, this street is not formally recognized by the Guinness Book of Records, despite holding a world record. It is due to this significance that the street has transformed from being just a street to a tourist destination and a business hub. From the rank where the taxis and buses, big and small, ferrying tourists park, to the souvenir shops and restaurants dotting the street, down to photographers taking pictures of tourists and traditional dancers performing in their Zulu attire to entertain tourists for a fee. This street is a marvel.
We're standing right outside the Mandela House Visitor Center, which is being managed by the Soweto Heritage Trust. So people come here to appreciate what is happening at the Mandela House at the Vilakazi Street in Orlando West here in Soweto. The Soweto Heritage Trust is the one that is in charge of managing this. So the visitor center, this is where the visitors come and they get all the information that they might need on the Mandela House.
Still on our trip to Soweto, Kanema Travel. So we started out with the Orlando Towers, and then we went to Vilakazi Street, where this street is the street that the Archbishop Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela used to stay. This is the Mandela House to my right, and there's two Nobel Peace Prize winners were staying on the same street. That's the Vilakazi Street. Now we're still on our Soweto trip. From here, we're going to the FNB Stadium, also known as Soccer City, also known as the Calabash Stadium. This is the biggest stadium in Africa. The time that in 2010, when the World Cup came to South Africa, they couldn't let corporate entities name a stadium that's going to host the World Cup according to FIFA rules. So it was called the Soweto City, the Calabash Stadium, but this is the FNB Stadium, and this is a very, very big stadium. Let's go and appreciate the stadium. It's right here in Soweto. Also, Kanema Travel is taking you all those places, the significant places here in South Africa, and Soweto to be in particular. Let's go.
From the Vilakazi Street, we head to our third destination, the largest stadium in Africa, the FNB Stadium. Also known as the Soweto City and the Calabash Stadium, it was designed as the main association football stadium for the 2010 World Cup.
The FNB Stadium, the biggest stadium in Africa. This was the main stadium for the 2010 FIFA World Cup that happened here in South Africa. Now, this stadium has a capacity of close to 95,000 people. Let's just say 94,700 and something. So close to 95,000 people can seat in this stadium. So hosting the 2010 FIFA World Cup, the FIFA rules dictated that it shall not be named after any corporate entity like FNB. So it's also known as the Soweto City or the Calabash Stadium. Look at the shape of it. It looks like a calabash, hence Calabash Stadium. Now this here is where Spain and the Netherlands contested for the 2010 World Cup finals, and Spain came out victorious right here in Africa, right here in South Africa, right here in Soweto, right here at the FNB Stadium right behind me. These are some of the landmarks that we need to know here in Soweto, here in South Africa. Kanema Travel is taking you these places so that no, we have to show you this, give you the facts right on the dot. This is the FNB Stadium. It is very big. It is the biggest in South Africa. Obviously, if it's the biggest in Africa, then yes, it is huge. It is very big. Coming here, we pass through the Orlando Stadium. Coming to the FNB Stadium, this is a monument. This is a landmark telling us how big this stadium is. It's 95,000 people in one place at the same time. Everybody shouting. You can go deaf, but just everybody rolling. So 2010 FIFA World Cup, I can imagine this whole place was packed. There were people everywhere. You could see heads everywhere. There's some people that just go, they have a headache or they have a nosebleed by seeing a lot of people. Trust me, in here, your head would burst. 95,000 people, everybody speaking at the same time, shouting. This is where the world was introduced to the Vuvuzela. And the Vuvuzela was going in. Everybody had his here, there. I can imagine it. I can feel it. It was happening right behind me. The FNB Stadium. I cannot actually believe that we're standing right outside the FNB Stadium finally. I hope you feel the way I'm feeling right now. This is where history was made, because this is the FNB Stadium. We are proud of the 2010 FIFA World Cup happening just across, and this is where it was happening. The magic, the thrill, the beauty right behind me.
There was more to see in Soweto, but unfortunately our journey had to come to an end. But one thing is for sure, Soweto is worth all the hype it receives world over. It was exciting.